what is spinal cord stimulation, like you're talking about, and just kind of the overview of the basics in case someone's like a little bit fresh to the topic.
So there's all different types of spinal stimulation, like epidural stimulation or pain stimulators. But what we're talking about specifically here is transcutaneous spinal stimulation. So that's a form of neuromodulation where we use large electrodes and we place them directly on the spine. And we're able to increase the excitability of the existing neurons within the spine to improve an individual's ability to generate a motor response, really to unmask latent movement. So the idea is that there's some intact neurons, even if there's been a spinal cord injury, but it's just not enough to be able to connect and make that, generate a motor impulse. So by using spinal stimulation, we can increase the excitability so that an individual might be able to move without, volitionally and on command.
Yeah, and this is completely non-invasive, just over the skin, essentially like TENS, but a different setting, right?
Totally. Yep, exactly. And it's something that PTs and OTs are doing and showing really good results, training with spinal stimulation, and then the patient is able to move, and then the patient is able to retain that movement once the spinal stimulation is removed. So this is all with people who have chronic spinal cord injuries, which we know there aren't a ton of interventions that exist for that population. So it's something that PTs and OTs should be integrating into their practice.
And people with spinal injuries of all different types, levels, as well as the level of completeness, right?
Yes, that's true. So, you can do AIS level A through D and all different levels of the actual level of injuries of the spinal cord injury. There's different types of responders, and you just have to try it to figure out who's going to be the best candidate.
How easy is the setup, and how quick is it, and what ways do you like to integrate it?
The setup probably takes 5 minutes, not even. So you can just use a standard eStim device and just match it to the parameters, which is the top parameter is 1,000 pulse width. And so I like to put it on my patient in the beginning of the session, and then I just go about my standard therapy. So all of those interventions that you're already doing, task-specific training, locomotor training, high-intensity training, adjuncting that intervention with spinal stimulation will improve the outcomes for that individual.
That's amazing. And is there anything else you want to share or make sure people know about with using this intervention?
The research is out there. So looking up transcutaneous spinal stimulation with activity-based therapy or occupational therapy or upper extremity or lower extremity training, you're going to see that it's really feasible to integrate into your practice setting and easy. So I think that with time, we're also going to see that it's pushing into other diagnoses as well. So get on the forefront of it, start to do your research, join NeuroSpark and listen to our call and learn more about it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's crazy because people are showing results within one session. Where else do we see that type of intervention? Like some of those videos I showed, it was literally their first session. So it's pretty awesome.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and people who've had their injury for years even. So
Yep,
really
exactly.
great. Okay, so where should someone learn more if they want to try this and they're like, I think I just need to get a little better understanding of how to do it?
Yeah, sure. I think just digging a little bit deeper into the research, Google Scholar is an amazing option, just like we were talking about before. Looking up some of the scoping reviews that are out there, or the systematic reviews are a great place to start just to learn more about the pad placement. And then again, I do think our call with NeuroSpark was great, just to talking more about the clinical feasibility from an OT and PT perspective. So yeah.
Yeah, so there's not really specific courses on this out there yet, but if you join NeuroSpark, you get access to this webinar. And, maybe people can even reach out to you and say if they have any specific questions and want to dive deeper, just like you reached out to researchers to help you understand it too.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody's free to reach out to me. I know how tough it can be where you're not sure about something, but you want to do the best for your client. So anybody's always welcome to reach out to me, and I'd love to help somebody learn more about it.